face-off between the TMC and the Bharatiya Janata Party at the back of what we saw at the back of Ram Navami festivities, communal clashes in the state. BJP state president, who was moving towards the affected area in Hooghly, was stopped. Also, the Calcutta High Court has now asked police to submit a report on the clashes before the hearing. All of this a backdrop between a bitter political battle between the BJP and the TMC.
Days after Ram Navami clashes, West Bengal remains a communal tinderbox. The BJP is on the war path after its yatra in Hooghly was hit by stone pelting and arson on Sunday. A BJP march to Hooghly, led by top state leaders, was stalled by the police on Monday. The party staged a sit-in after the yatra was spoiled. The main opposition party has blamed Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee for the unrest.
भाजपा कैसे प्लान करेगी? भाजपा प्लान करती तो भाजपा के पास पत्थर होता ना, बम भाजपा के पास होता। भाजपा ने तो बम नहीं मारा, दिखाई दे रहा है कौन पत्थर मार रहा है। और पुलिस पर हमला हुआ, पुलिस पत्थर मार रही है, ये भी वीडियो है। मुसलमानों को क्यों मार रही थी पुलिस? क्योंकि पुलिस भी खुद आक्रांत हुई ना। बाद में क्या हुआ? पुलिस के पास फोन आया, कहाँ से? तृणमूल के नेताओं का फोन आया, तो भाग गई उधर से।
The TMC and the BJP are blaming each other for the communal flare-up in the state.
রামনবমীর মিছিল 5 দিন হবে কেন? রামনবমী যেদিন হয় সেদিন তোমরা মিছিল করো, আমাদের কারো আপত্তি নেই, কিন্তু বন্দুক নিয়ে মিছিল করবে না, বোমা নিয়ে মিছিল করবে না।
ममता बनर्जी हार चुका था, मुसलमान वोट उसको नहीं मिला, इसलिए मुसलमान वोट को एक साथ करने के लिए, मुसलमान लोगों को खुश करने के लिए उन्होंने पूरा खुल्लम खुल्ला छोड़ दिया है। सिर्फ रामनवमी नहीं, दुर्गा पूजा, विसर्जन, सरस्वती पूजा में भी हिंदुओं का शोभा यात्रा में अटैक होता है। और उन्होंने खुद बोल रहे हैं कि रमजान महीनों में मुसलमान लोग कुछ नहीं करते, अच्छा काम करते, कि अच्छा काम का ये निदर्शन है।
In an exclusive interview to India Today, West Bengal Governor Ananda Bose said a special cell is reviewing the situation in the state.
What has happened? Deplorable, unfortunate. That does not bring credit to anyone down the line. Trying to throttle democracy and derail by the forces or advocates of mobocracy cannot be tolerated.
Over 10 people are arrested for the stone pelting on BJP's Shobha Yatra on Sunday. Miscreants had hurled stones, bombs, torched vehicles and vandalized several properties in the area. The Calcutta High Court hearing at PIL has asked the state government to submit a report on the clashes along with CCTV footage and other videos by Wednesday. The High Court has posted the matter for hearing on Thursday. With Suryagini Roy in Hooghly, Bureau Report, India Today.
Before we cut across to our political guests, I want to quickly bring in my colleague Indrajit Kundu, who's going to join us to break it down on what really happened. It's a coincidence, it seems, Indro. Similar places, exactly the same time of the following Ram Navami festivities, and this time around a bigger flare-up than last year. If I look at just the crime record or the NCRB data in terms of political violence, West Bengal comes in the top 5. Is this now going to be the precedence, Indro, with the way you've seen the politics of it come to the fore at the back of the communal clashes lead up all the way to 2024?
Well, Preeti, that's the apprehension and that's the unfortunate reality of West Bengal. You know, most people, you ask anybody, they will tell you the same thing. Because before 2024, you have the West Bengal Panchayat elections coming up. And, the precedence, of course, is that there are, 50 to 100 deaths that generally take place during Panchayat elections. Scary, but that's the reality. So just ahead of the Panchayat election, which can be announced anytime soon, what we are seeing, and I did ask Shrikanta Majumdar that, is this a precursor to the Panchayat elections? Because look at the kind of violence that's taking place in the name of, Ram Navami celebrations. That's what the administration is saying. And, the apprehension from the Chief Minister herself is that 3 days back, we saw Ram Navami celebrations leading up to such violence. And 2 days later, we have Hanuman Jayanti. So therefore, there is all the more apprehension within the system that there can be a spillover into Hanuman Jayanti celebrations as well. The administration is on full alert. The question, of course, is what will the West Bengal police do in order to thwart any attempts of flare-up? Because remember, there are allegations flying thick and fast from both communities, from both sides and from both political quarters.
Indro, how is the current situation? Is it still tense or are things under control right now?
Well, things are under control right now, but things will remain tense for some time. Given the kind of political rhetoric that we are seeing, it needs to be curbed down from both sides. Unless that happens, situation on the ground will continue to remain on the boil.
All right, needs to be taken a notch down on both sides, be it two sides of the same community, two different communities, or be it the BJP or the TMC. They need to turn down the heat for things to be under control. Right now, tense and on the edge is what Indrajit is saying. Thank you, Indro, for joining us. We're going to continue to come back to you to get us more details and the developments there. But joining me right now is BJP Vice President Dilip Ghosh. Mr. Ghosh, appreciate you joining us. बहुत शुक्रिया आप हमसे जुड़े. प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस की थी अभी आपने घोष जी, और उसमें आपने ममता बनर्जी का इस्तीफा मांगा है. अब ममता बनर्जी के अपने चार्जेस हैं, टीएमसी तो आप ही को गुनहगार मांग रही है. किस बिना पे आप ममता बनर्जी का इस्तीफा मांग रहे हैं?
खाली आज की वायलेंस नहीं है. जब सीए हुआ था, बंगाल में सबसे ज्यादा नुकसान हुआ था. 250 करोड़ का प्रॉपर्टी रेल का जला दिया गया था. रेल लाइन, रेल स्टेशन, गाड़ियां, बसेस जली थी. एक लाठी नहीं चली, एफआईआर नहीं हुई, किसी अरेस्ट नहीं हुई. फिर नूपुर शर्मा वाली घटना में भी बंगाल में 3 दिन तक हिंसा चली. मंदिर तोड़ा गया, बीजेपी का ऑफिस फूंका गया और आगजनी हुई, कुछ नहीं कर पाए. और लगातार पिछले 1-2 साल से बंगाल में जिस प्रकार बम बंदूक की आवाज आ रही है, एक बीरभूम में 8 महिला 2 बच्चों को जिंदा जला दिया गया, पेट्रोल डाल के घर बंद करके. कोई कार्रवाई नहीं है. अभी उनके पार्टी के 2 लोग आपस में गोलीबारी में मारे गए. 7 साल की बच्ची का ऊपर बलात्कार और रेप होता है. एनसीपीसीआर जब जाती है टीम, उनको रोकने, उनके साथ बदतमीजी किया जाता है सत्य को छुपाने के लिए. और अभी रामनवमी के लेकर के शहरों में, एक शहर में हिंसा हो रही है. लगातार पथराव हो रहा है शोभा यात्राओं के ऊपर. पुलिस हाथ पर हाथ खड़ी हुई. इसलिए लगता है कि ममता बनर्जी की ये कंट्रोल के बाहर चला गया है बंगाल. उनसे होने वाली नहीं है. वो जब तक रहेंगे बंगाल का सत्यानाश होगा. इसलिए उनको वहां से अलग किया जाए, तभी बंगाल बचेगा. नहीं तो बिफोर पार्टीशन 46-47 साल में जो हुआ था बंगाल में दंगई, आज वैसा उससे भी खराब हालत में बंगाल चल रहा है.
घोष साहब, ममता बनर्जी कह रही हैं ये सब पोस्चरिंग है भाजपा की. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है कि हर साल रामनवमी के बाद ही ये पूरा वायलेंस पीक करता है, उन्हीं जगहों में पीक करता है, और इस बार भी पिछली बार की तहत बहुत भारी तादाद में लोग बाहर से लाए गए और वो लोग लोकल्स थे ही नहीं जिन्होंने ये पूरा दंगा किया, और इसकी जिम्मेदारी वो आप पे कह रही हैं कि ये भाजपा का काम है?
नहीं, भाजपा तो नहीं है. समाज की जो प्रोग्राम होती है धार्मिक शोभा यात्रा में हम भाग लेते हैं. ना कोई नेतृत्व थे, ना कोई भाषण भी दिया. हम लोग साथ में थे, लोग हजारों लोग रास्ते में थे. अगर बाहर से कोई किसी प्रदेश में आता है, अनचाहे घुस जाता है, तो जिसका जिम्मेदारी किसका है? सरकार की, प्रशासन, पुलिस की है. उसको पकड़ना, उसको सजा देना. और इस प्रकार घटना कोई कराता है. एक आदमी को कहीं पकड़ा गया, इतनी सारी घटना हो रही है. अगर आया होगा तो उन्होंने लाया होगा, नहीं तो इसको जानकारी कैसी हुई? हमें तो जानकारी नहीं है. उनकी ये जिम्मेदारी है इस प्रकार घटना को रोके. और कोई बदमाशी करता है, गड़बड़ करता है, जो कहीं का भी हो, उसको पकड़ के कानून के सामने ले आए.
वेस्ट बंगाल की पुलिस ये भी कह रही है कि जो भाजपा के कार्यकर्ता थे वो गन्स कैरी कर रहे हैं और बाकी जो लोकली मेड बम हैं वो कैरी कर रहे हैं. ये सारे एक वीडियो भी निकाला गया है जो बहुत सारे टीएमसी लीडर सर्कुलेट कर रहे हैं, जिसमें एक भाजपा का ही कार्डर है जो एक लोकल कट्टा, एक बंदूक लेके रामनवमी के प्रोसेशन में चल रहा है.
ऐसा कहीं सबूत नहीं है, कहीं हथियार लेके गन लेके घूम रहा है। उनके भतीजा और अभिषेक बनर्जी ने पोस्ट किया कोई वीडियो, कोई बाहर का है, बंगाल का वीडियो नहीं है। ये तो गुनाह है, सरासर के क्राइम है, लोगों को भड़काने का, झूठ फैला करके। इसलिए उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए। वो नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि ये उन्हीं के द्वारा प्रायोजित सारी घटना है, इसलिए पूरा बंगाल में गड़बड़ हो रहा है। वहाँ पिछले चुनाव में सारे मुस्लिम वोट उनको मिला था, लेकिन अगले पिछले दो तीन बाई इलेक्शन और घटना में देखा गया मुस्लिम वोट उनसे अलग हो गया, ये हार गए हैं। इसलिए मुसलमानों को डरा धमका करके, भड़का करके अपने तरफ लाने के लिए सब साजिश हो रही है। और इसलिए पूरा बंगाल में आग लगा करके आग से झुलसा जा रहा है बंगाल को।
उसका उल्टा चार्ज घोष साहब आपके ऊपर आता है जब टीएमसी कहती है कि आप जो हिंदू समुदाय है उसको भड़का रहे हैं, क्योंकि जो असली मोटिव है कि बाकी सब बहाना है, जो पंचायत इलेक्शन है वो उसके ऊपर नजर है, निशाना वो है, और उसके बाद 2024
नहीं। कम्युनल टेंशन हो, पॉलिटिकल टेंशन तो साल भर चलता है, मारकाट। हमारे गृह राज्य मंत्री का ऊपर अटैक होता है उनके इलाका में। माननीय नड्डा जी गए पिछले चुनाव के पहले, तो उनका ऊपर अटैक हो गया है, फिर कौन बचेगा वहां? और बिल्कुल हिंदू समाज डरा सहमा है। वो अगर त्यौहार नहीं मना सकते, उत्सव पर्व नहीं मना सकते, उन पर अटैक हो जाए, वो बाहर नहीं जा सकते, परिवार को लेकर अटैक हो जाए, तो क्या होगा, क्या बोलेंगे? आज समाज को यही लग रहा है कि हिंदू सुरक्षित नहीं है बंगाल में, इसलिए बंगाल भी सुरक्षित नहीं है। और ममता बनर्जी के हाथ में जब तक रहेगा तब तक सुरक्षित नहीं रहेगा।
घोष साहब, टीएमसी कह रही है ये नैरेटिव बिल्ड करने की कोशिश है भाजपा की, क्योंकि पंचायत चुनाव अभी आ रहे हैं और उसके बाद 2024 का जो पूरा पॉलिटिकल नैरेटिव है इसी पे बिल्ड होगा। पर बहुत शुक्रिया आप हमसे जुड़े, आपने वक्त निकाला। द टीएमसी दिलीप घोष, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द भारतीय जनता पार्टी, आस्किंग ममता बनर्जी टू रिजाइन, टू स्टेप डाउन, saying that she has completely failed in trying to administer a state like West Bengal, which is burning ever since Ram Navami. Let's cut across to our other two political guests this evening. Shishir Bajoria, spokesperson BJP Bengal; Biswajit Deb, senior advocate and spokesperson TMC. Mr. Deb, I want to begin with you. All the charges that the TMC has laid. Number one, that the BJP is what you have charged, brought in ruffians, goons from outside West Bengal and made them indulge in violence, which resulted in the kind of scenes that we saw. Number one. Number two, that there was arson, there was guns, which was again propelled by none else but the BJP. In all of this, Mr. Deb, isn't it an abject administrative failure of the West Bengal police? What were they doing? Were they caught napping? The same thing had happened last year as well.
Let me reply to all your questions one by one. Just give me some time. I would like to point out at the outset that Mamata Banerjee had never said that we are not going to allow any procession. She has repeatedly mentioned that Ram Navami processions will be allowed, Ram Navami processions will be held, and people will celebrate this. And in fact, TMC had also celebrated Ram Navami. And you can see that in Birbhum district, a particular organization in the name of Ram Navami, all political parties including TMC, BJP, they all celebrated together. So we had given a clear statement. The Chief Minister had given a clear statement that Ram Navami processions will be held. But the issue is, it was repeatedly said that please do not violate the rules. Please do not violate the guidelines. Please obey the instructions of the police. Please obey the guidelines set forth by the government of West Bengal. But that was not done by BJP. You could see that people joining in the rally of BJP were brandishing weapons. What kind of celebration is this? Did Lord Ram say anywhere that you brandish sword and guns and pistols while celebrating Ram Navami? He has never said so. This is not the way how a religious festival is being performed. In Bengal, we have seen that people of all religion, there is a very peaceful coexistence of people of all religions. There is a political harmony, there is a religious harmony between people of all religion. But unfortunately, everywhere we have seen that BJP is provoking violence. BJP wants this because the politics of BJP.
But Mr. Deb, is your government so weak that you can easily be manipulated by an opposition party? Is your administration so weak? Is the West Bengal police so weak that they had such a massive intelligence failure that, as you said, so many were brought in from outside that they couldn't control it?
Not at all. Then I would like to ask you one question. That what happened in Gujarat? What happened in Delhi? What happened in Maharashtra? What happened in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh while celebrating Ram Navami? There were at least 100 such incidents in the BJP-ruled states also. Then is it not a failure?
Such incidents in the BJP-ruled states also. Then is it not a failure in the BJP-ruled states? Is it not an administrative failure in the BJP-ruled states? It is not an administrative failure in Bengal, but it's the Chief Minister. It's the liberal-mindedness of the Chief Minister. Chief Minister always said that each and every religion, we respect each and every religion. All religions and all religious festivals should be celebrated.
Okay, Mr. Deb, as I bring in Mr. Bajoria, I want to point out in all the states and the incidents that you referred to of violence during Ram Navami. After each of those incidents, the police kicked in and the situation was brought under control. The sheer fact that till today morning, this morning, Bengal was still burning in parts and things were still out of hands, and as we speak, still on the edge. That's the question I referred to. But Shishir Bajoria, the charge is very clear, that you are desperate to project Mamata Banerjee as anti-Hindu, to galvanize the vote in your favor, especially because the panchayat polls are around the corner. Mr. Bajoria, can you hear me?
I didn't hear the very last part of your sentence.
Sir, the question is that there is an attempt by the BJP to paint Mamata Banerjee as anti-Hindu. Therefore, you can consolidate the vote where the upcoming panchayat elections are concerned.
Well, Preeti ji, let me first point out what Shri Deb said. Very, very clear untruth, where he said that she had said that there can be processions. But the fact is that she herself has gone on record and said BJP never asked for permission. Then she changed her views. She said BJP changed the routes. The problem is that they have changed, they have dribbled so much that Mr. Deb does not even know which side his own goal is. Now, I'm coming to your question, Preeti ji. As far as this is concerned, it is Mamata Banerjee who, on giving an interview to TV channels, said, I have to protect my 33% minorities. I'm quoting the Chief Minister. I have to protect my 33% minorities, and it is the job of the majority to protect them. What is she talking? She's
also saying, Mr. Bajoria, that when you took out your procession, you deliberately entered minority areas to foment trouble. That your main aim was communal clashes and you achieved it by entering minority areas.
Preeti ji, that's a blatant lie which unfortunately my Chief Minister resorts to. I have another question for my Chief Minister through your TV channel. Knowing that Ram Navami has been flashpoint, unfortunately, for the last 2 or 3 years, why does she have to choose that very day for dharna? A dharna which had no fixed date. A dharna against the center, bhai karo na, of course you do. But that very day she was diverting attention and she did it with a motive. And this what she says, we did not enter any mosque or anything. What she says, do not enter a minority area. So has she divided the state into Hindu area and Muslim area? We live across the road from my house is Muslim area. What do I do? Not go there?
Okay.
This is one more thing, and she's already warned. Madam, just sun lijiye, one last bit. She's already warned the state. Hanuman Jayanti is coming. This is how she.
This is a narrative.
Okay.
This is a
Biswajit Deb, the charge is that Mamata Banerjee is anti-Hindu and is looking to appease the 33% of the community with what your counterpart is saying, though it's less than 33%, but go ahead, Mr. Deb.
Unfortunately, BJP is trying to set out this particular narrative since the last several years. That said earlier, कि बंगाल में पूजा नहीं होता है, बंगाल में दुर्गा पूजा नहीं होता है, बंगाल में काली पूजा नहीं होता है, and that is why the people of Bengal had given them a befitting reply in 2021 and have thrown them out from Bengal. This is why. That is the reason. It was a direct provocation in Howrah and also in Hooghly. It was the provocation from the side of BJP. This is exactly what has been done by BJP. There was no permission. I am categorically saying that there was no permission given by the state administration.
Let him finish, sir. Let him finish.
The festival was celebrated and nobody stopped them. And what about the festival being celebrated 5 days later? A procession was there. The Ram Navami celebration was there on the day of Ram Navami. Then why again in Hooghly after 5 days? Why such irresponsible behavior on the part of a parliamentarian like Mr. Dilip Ghosh, who is also a senior vice president of the party? He should understand that what he should do and what he should not do. By provoking a particular section of people and trying to create a law and order situation in the state, trying to
Mr. Bajoria, the question is, when you knew that there was already violence post the Howrah incident, then to organize a yatra in Hooghly, you're being charged of changing the route, you're being charged of brandishing swords, carrying weapons, which there are certain videos which seem to suggest the same.
Preeti ji, to answer your question in points, first of all, I asked one question to my worthy opponent of Trinamool, Ajit Singh Rajput. Bishwajit Babu, have you heard this name? Ajit Singh Rajput, who's a very close person. He on his own Facebook defines himself as Didi Surakha Kavach, who is known to be the closest to the local MP. What was he doing there? If you are saying people from outside, these are people from outside. I'm naming, and their photographs are there. I can show the photograph if you permit me to. Number one. Number two, this, do you know there was a death? Has anybody reported? Because that death was suppressed. We have had 35...
That man died of a cardiac arrest,
Madam,
Mr. Bajoria. That man died of
a
a cardiac arrest. No, I'm not going to allow you to use the platform to suggest that there was a death. That death was not because of the arson or the violence. That man died of a cardiac arrest.
No, madam. He was heckled.
So let's not pretend that it happened during the violence, and because that foments rumor mongering.
This is the nature of BJP.
Yes,
this is exactly the nature of BJP.
But where did that...
So let's let Mr. Bajoria finish. Can I just get Mr. Bajoria?
Let me continue.
Mr. Bajoria, can I just get Mr. Bajoria? Mr. Bajoria, please stand corrected, sir. No death in violence. Let's not spread rumors. That man died of a cardiac arrest. Agreed, sir?
Madam, I beg to disagree. He was jostled, he was heckled. Yes, death came because of cardiac arrest. I do not dispute that. I'm moving on my point. This question of what happened in Rishra. What happened in Rishra? I've told you how it was incited. This thing of people brandishing weapons, firearms. My simple question. Such a big police force, what were you doing?
Okay, fair enough. Mr. Deb, please respond. Mr. Deb, it's an abject policing failure, administrative failure is what you're being charged with. And it's not that you didn't know. The fact is it happened, the same thing happened last year as well.
It is a deliberate act.
Mr. Deb, can I get Mr. Deb? Go ahead, Mr. Deb.
I would first of all like to say that the politics of BJP is a politics of provocation, and thereafter they spread fake news. This is their politics. And regarding the police and the administration, what do you want the police to do? Will the police open fire on the mob?
Okay.
Will the police kill the innocent people? The police is there to control the mob in a peaceful manner, to see that nobody is injured.
Okay.
BJP
with that,
wants
okay,
to provoke.
I am terribly out of time.
The police also.
Okay,
BJP
I'm terribly out of time. I appreciate both you gentlemen for joining us. We trust India Today to get you up to speed with the latest and factually what is correct and what is going down. As of now, things are peaceful, but yes, they're on the edge. And what most would suggest, what we are seeing in terms of the politics of it all, comes at the back of any day dates for the local panchayat elections to be announced. A quick break. Up next is Rahul Kamal.